Southeast Asia's most powerful bloc, the ASEAN, is all set to meet in Bangkok for the 34th ASEAN Summit. The ASEAN foreign ministers met this morning ahead of summit of the leaders of the member countries. The summit will bring together leaders from 10 countries: Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, Laos, Indonesia, Malaysia, the Philippines, Myanmar, Brunei and Singapore. Here are some of the things that could likely be on the ASEAN agenda. The US-China trade war is most likely to be one of the top priorities of the bloc. With the ongoing trade war between two of the largest economies in the world, Southeast Asia is most likely to benefit from the dispute. The constant tariff war could lead manufacturers to flee to Southeast Asian nations for low-cost, tariff-friendly markets. ASEAN has faced constant backlash over their treatment of the Rohingya refugee crisis. More than 7 lakh Rohingya Muslims continue living in refugee camps in Bangladesh and parts of India after the crackdown of the Myanmar military. The country's de facto leader, Aung San Suu Kyi, is also expected in Bangkok. The Rohingya crisis is growing to be one of the biggest refugee crises of recent times, with the bloc not taking any action against the ongoing ethnic cleansing and minority persecution. Now, South China Sea is also likely to feature in the talks in Bangkok. The Chinese sinking of a Philippine boat which endangered 22 Filipino fishermen in the resource-rich waterway has led to bitter disputes in the region. Claims on the sea highlights the need for tougher measures between clashes on the water. ASEAN's other member states, Brunei, Malaysia, Vietnam and the Philippines, have also been involved in conflicts after China transformed 7 disputed reefs into missile-protected islands. Environment is also supposed to be one of the top issues at the summit. The ASEAN leaders are all set to sign the Bangkok Declaration on combating marine debris in ASEAN region initiated by Thailand. The declaration will help ASEAN leaders to tackle the mounting problem of plastic and electronic waste, most of which is imported from Western nations and accumulates in Southeast Asia. Southeast Asian nations, among the worst ocean polluters, are now aiming to curb plastic and marine debris. Shifting focus over to Pakistan, which is hosting a conference today for promotion of peace and reconciliation in Afghanistan. A private think tank has organized this meeting. Afghan leaders such as Gulbuddin Hikmatyar are expected to take part in the meeting. And WION, World is One's Anas Malik, brings you more from
Talk about the participation in the Lahore process, Akansha. The Pakistani foreign minister was part of the delegation that was part of the session that opened this conference formally. He delivered his keynote address, his welcome address. We saw an interesting exchange as well. But if you talk about the Afghan side, we're seeing some Afghan stalwarts as well, names that matter, including Gulbuddin Hikmatyar, Karim Khariri, Ata Muhammad Noor, as well as Hanif Atmar as well, who is the presidential candidate. There are about 57 delegates who are here in Islamabad at Bhurbhan, at a hillside station near Islamabad, who are attending this Lahore process. If we talk about Pakistani government's participation, it is at the highest level. As I said, the Pakistani foreign minister, he opened this conference formally, and now we're seeing this exchange of that is happening, the dialogue that is happening. It is more focused. The first session is more focused with regards to the Pakistan-Afghanistan security.